G'day folks, welcome to another Tommy Time adventure. And if you like the content so far and you want to keep up to date with it all, I want you to hit that subscribe button, help a brother out here, that'd be much appreciated. But I guess the plan of attack this morning is, we're just currently on the M1 here. We've got a free morning, and what do we do? We've got a free morning. We drive up to the mountains to explore some country. So we're currently on the M1 here, we're going to burn down for about an hour or so. And we're going to hit Moe, we're going to turn left, head towards the mountains from there. And once we get to kind of Walhalla Wilson area, there's just an absolute plethora of beautiful mountain streams that are full of wild brown trout that are just dying to be explored and fished at. So look, if you're half as keen as me, even if you're a quarter of as keen as me, get yourself your four-wheel drive maps. Got the rooftop one here for Walhalla Woods Point. Get your four-wheel drive map, open it up, suss out all your tracks and rivers, get a plan of attack going so that you can go up here and explore some beautiful country, build your own little mind map in your mind there, just to know where the good rivers are, where the smaller ones are. And yeah, explore this beautiful state of Victoria we've got here, because I'll tell you what, she's dying to be explored, dying to be fished. So with that in mind, just come along for the ride and see what we can find. Have a look at this. I stumbled across here. You'd happily have a camp here. Let's check out the river. She looks absolutely prime. Gee whiz, look at this. Yeah, she's pretty keen to wet a line here. I'll give you a tip. Okay, there's someone's footprints here, so it's fair enough. People are going to camp here and do whatnot here. We'll get ready and yeah, we'll get in the water. Right, so thought I'd give you a moment just to run you through the setup I've got, and first impression you think, geez Tommy, this is a pretty decent setup, and yeah, it is pretty good get up. So got the chest high waders, the stalkers, little fly vest as well. It's got a net attached to the back here, got my flyers, everything. Going to the business end here. So we're going to use this Stalker Legend, 8'6" and a 5 weight. So usually your fly rods are weighted in terms of weight, and the lower your number in weight, the lighter the rod, the smaller fish you catch. Obviously the heavier number, the higher number, heavier rod, the bigger fish you can catch. So I've got a 5 weight here, which is sort of your light to medium kind of outfit, because I'm just thinking here, this sort of waterway here, I reckon we could potentially tangle with a fish, maybe around upwards of 2 pound or so. So, you know, one, I just want a little bit of power in the butt in this rod, I can steer this fish, but also as well, I haven't really fished this rod in a while, and I just thought, bugger it, I want to give it a crack. And down the business end, I'm not sure if we can focus here, but I've got a rubber-legged Royal Simulator, and sort of what I'm going for here is it's going to imitate like a grasshopper or a cricket, because we've had a few really hot days here. It's nice and temperate now, but I would have thought the crickets and the hoppers would have been about, so hopefully they're still in that kind of feeding mode and they're on them. This actually looks pretty deep here, so what I probably will do is I'll probably just chuck around the dry for a little bit, but I'll tie on a dropper, say about 2 or 3 foot long, with a little nymph at the bottom, so we have that extra fish catching option for the fish that are hanging deeper. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, this is exciting. I'm going to drop in here for the first time. So I have tied that nymph on. It's about 3 foot under. I'm not sure if that camera is going to pick it up, but it's got like an olive sort of nymph here. It's actually quite a large nymph, but it's got a small bead. So hoping it just sinks nice and slowly. Shouldn't hit on the bottom too much. And basically with this dry fly here, this hopper, not only will this present as a fish catching option, but also as well, it's going to act as a really nice buoyant float. And I'm casting this around. As soon as this fly dips down, it's either going to be snagged on the bottom or fish has grabbed the nymph. So that's another reason why I like to fish the nymph under dry. That's what this rig is called. But we'll just drop in here. And it's just floating just nicely. So we'll just drop in, get some line out. We'll just wash that dry. This is sort of just like a classic kind of deep, like, you know, pool or run section. And yeah, look, fish can be anywhere here. Sort of, it'd be hugging the bottom, I reckon. Just waiting for the flow to go above his head to drag some food. And you'll easily just come out, bang, smack it, go back down to his little holding spot there. So yeah, we're going to hit some nicer water soon. So you can see up further ahead there, we've got the head of the pool, which, to be honest with you, I think that's the ideal spot because that's where you're going to get your first crack at all your food. If you're a fish here, ooh, a little bit slippery here. So, you know, if you're a fish and you want to get first crack at the food in a big pool like this, you want to go to the head. Not only one, is it well oxygenated water, which you sort of need during the summer like this, but all the food is going to wash down that pool, and there's the first opportunity for a fish to really grab it and have a crack at it. So I'm expecting big things when I hit the top of that pool there, the head. But until then, we'll just cruise up. We'll just fish it. Deceptively deep, this river. So majority of my casts today, I mean, like, you know, we're going to get a few like this where we've got no trees sort of behind us, so we can just, you know, do your normal cast. But I think when we get a bit overgrown, we're going to be doing a lot of roll casts. So that is when I'll basically just have the line at my feet. I'll just throw my rod out. Or sometimes when it's super tight, we'll go for a bow and arrow cast. But, you know, being a pretty reasonably open river, this one is. So that's your roll cast there, which is quite an effective cast when there's a little bit of cover or when I'm feeling a bit lazy. But you know, just when we get a bit of cover, that's going to come into its own, that roll cast. But then when we've got some open country like we sort of do behind us here, then yeah, we'll give the overhead cast a crack. But
got him.
there he was there, and he's a lovely fish, actually. So he came for the dry. He's still around, is he? Yeah, you look. Gee, he's not a bad fish. You know, this is sort of what we come here for, really. See a nice eat like that. Oh, he's a ripper. This is an absolutely great start here. Just come around to the other camera that someone's just conveniently just placed up in the tree there. Thanks for whoever's done that. Oh, we'll hold him up. Gee, I tell you what, it's as good a fish as you would really hope to get. Oh, talk about a hungry fish. He's absolutely smacked the hopper. Look at the red spots in him. It's easily a pound and a quarter, maybe pushing a pound and a half, but I'll hold him up here. See if you can pick that up. Oh, beautiful fish here. We're just going to take our time with him here. Gee, he's got to be like 33, 34. This is why we came here. Look at the red spots on him. I mean, honestly, in terms of a fish, that's as good a fish as you'd hope to catch. And off he goes. What a start. In the middle of the pool, you little ripper. What was really encouraging about that was a dry fly eat. So we saw him come up to the surface and eat that dry fly off the top, which is honestly, that is the pinnacle of fly fishing in Victoria here. You're just fishing your dry flies and getting a dry fly like that from a nice fish. It's really encouraging because hopefully we can get a few more of them and get some really good footage here. But you know, just to down the bottom, no. I do think that dropper is a touch too long just for this pool here. It's fouling my cast a bit. That's okay, we'll keep prospecting with it because I know when we hit a deeper pool it's going to really come into its own a bit. That dry is going to subsurface a bit. That's better. There he is there. Oh, got another one. Okay, I'll tell you something there. That was interesting. So he took the dry, I struck. I reckon the hook has pulled and the nymphs just flicked him on the way out. I reckon that's what happened. I'm gonna have to go back over and have a look, but we'll let him tire himself out. This is great fun. This is what it's all about. And tell you what, a bit bigger than the fish I've been getting in that last video. Look at him. Would you look at him? Probably an inch smaller than the last one we got. He's a squirmy little boy. Just bear with me here. There's a ripper. That nymph's popped out, beautiful. Tell you what, mate. That is fantastic. I reckon that dry fly pricked him at the start, popped off, and the nymph might have just picked him on the way out. So we're very lucky there. But how good is that? And that's the, I'll run you through it, but this is a classic bit of a stream country here in Australia. Near the head of the pool, we've got a current line here running through and a bubble line. Basically, you want to be on the edge of it, because on the edge it's a bit slower water, and he's got a great vantage point just to sit there, not spend too much energy, and there's going to be heaps of food and whatnot rushing through this really well oxygenated water. So we kind of peppered that spot, not peppered it, but it was actually our first cast there, and sure enough he took our offering. So far it's going to plan. This could be a really good day here, touch wood. Another thing that's really important as well here, which is what we want to try and maintain as best as possible, is a natural drift. So you often see here, now I've cast it, I'm holding my line off the water a fair bit, because hypothetically I'll cast it and say my line sits in the current here, I'm going to create some unnecessary drag, even though there's one still having a crack at it. But the only reason why he probably didn't commit fully to it, because that just didn't have a natural drift, and so that's unnatural to him, and he was very hesitant. He just sort of mouthed at it. So it's a tip here. You just need to present your fly as best as you possibly can. And that sometimes means lifting your line out of the water so you don't get that unnecessary drag. Oh, okay. I was way too slow then. God, I was in another time zone there, to be honest with you. I was bloody stuck in Perth. The feisty little fish. I just realised in my introduction, when my talking through like my gear talk and stuff, I actually had my vest on other way around. So before in my comments, I've swapped it around to the right way. So we're all good there. How's this country though? This is only 2 hours from Melbourne, or 2 hours from my joint. You know, we're pretty blessed to have this sort of beautiful country that obviously has some good fish in it, you know, not far from the doorstep. Just dying to be explored. Okay, got a bit of a high vantage point here. So, I'm not sure how I'm going to land a fish when I get to it. I might slide down my ass down there and dip the net under him. But you know what, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Go a bit more to the left. Nah, a bit more to the left. Oh, this looks, that'll do. Still not getting, I want to get a bit more to the left. Oh, there he is, there he is. Okay, there he is. Alright, so how are we going to land this one? He's not a bad fish too, actually. Oh. And we got there in the end. I'll tell you what, these are some of the better browns I've caught in the stream. Like, wowee. He'll tire himself out, hopefully. We got all day for you, mate. We got all day for you. Just want to come my way a little bit. Oh, okay. Don't like the net, do we? You certainly didn't like the net. Alright, be patient. We get his head up. Here we go. In he comes. And, oh no. Okay. Surely we don't need a bigger net. She's taking me for a run. I'm gonna have to follow him. Come here, son. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, we got him. Good shot. Oh. He is a cracker. A real cracking brown trout. Okay. We're sort of getting close to that 2 pound mark now. We really are. Oh yeah. He's still very green, but would you have a look at that? Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest with you. He's my biggest fish on the fly, I dare say. He's, you know, £1.5. Good £1.5, maybe £1.75. Just get a load of that, would you? That is fantastic. That's going to be like, you know, 37, 38 centimetre fish. Oh, he's just an absolute ripper. And he's off and healthy and swimming. Oh, this place is just magic. How often do you just rock up to a stream, we'll try this, and you're confronted with fish like this, of this kind of caliber. Tell first that's dangerous, but we got him. We got him. And here's another thumper.